Can't read what this is about, but it's not who, but it's not. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am sharing my physical Summer TBR. I am still reading the Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings, and I hope to get through the rest of the series. Daisy Hates is the next one after Magnolia Parks, and let's have a look at Goodreads because I have no idea what Daisy Hates is about. I just know that I have the book in my collection and I love the world. Tell me more. What is up? This has an average rating of 4.18 stars on Goodreads. So it says here, Daisy Hates has never wanted a normal life, but it's just not in the cards for her. Raised by her older brother Julian since their parents were murdered in front of them 12 years ago, Daisy hasn't ever lived beyond the watchful gaze of her gang lord brother. But Julian's line of work means that Daisy's life is complicated. And things don't become any less complex when she falls hard for Christian Hems? The beautiful and emotionally unavailable. That is my least favorite kind of man. An emotionally unavailable one. Well, it says boy here, she's been involved with for the last few months, who also happens to be one of the few men in London who doesn't answer to Julian. Christian's life is no walk in the park either, being in love with his best friend's girlfriend and all. Gee, I wonder who that is. He's happy enough to use Daisy to throw off the scent of his true affections. That is, until she starts to infiltrate those too. As the romance blossoms into something neither were anticipating, Daisy, Christian, and Julian each have to come to terms with the fact that in this life, everything comes at a price. As their relationships intersect and tangle, they all learn that sometimes life's most worthwhile pursuits can only be paid in blood. Ooh, very interesting. Next book in my physical TBR. Now I really just love this cover. It is stunning. My next physical TBR is The Long Way Home, Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I do want to perhaps read Beach Read by Emily Henry before I go into Daisy Hates, but I don't know what the ending in Magnolia Parks will be like, so I feel like depending on the ending, I will either go this route or this route. But let's see what Beach Read is all about. Augustus Everett is an acclaimed author of literary fiction. January Andrews writes best-selling romance. When she pens a happily ever after, he kills off his entire cast. They're polar opposites. In fact, the only thing they have in common is that for the next 3 months, they're living in neighboring beach houses, broke and bogged down with writer's block. Then one hazy evening, one thing leads to another, and they strike a deal designed to force them out of their creative ruts. Augustus will spend the summer writing something happy, and January will pen the next great American novel. She'll take him on field trips worthy of a rom-com montage, and he'll take her to interview surviving members of a backwoods death cult, obviously. Everyone will finish a book, and no one will fall in love. Really. Okay, I didn't know what that was about, but now we know. So yeah, maybe I'll read this after Magnolia Parks, or perhaps I'll just dive deep into Daisy Hates. I don't know. But next up, I do have Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home by Jessa Hastings. And this quote here in the back, it says, "I'll wear it like a badge of honor forever that he loved me first, that he loved me at all. Have you ever had a love like that?" I don't know. I don't think I've ever had a love like BJ and Magnolia. to be honest. So let's see, what is this book about? It's been nearly a year since everything happened between them. Magnolia Parks and BJ Ballantyne on the steps of the Mandarin Oriental, and it seems like everything since then has changed. Magnolia has a life in New York now. BJ appears to have finally let go and moved on, but when they both wind up back in London and are thrust together once again, they find themselves asking the age-old question: how many loves do you actually get in a lifetime, and most importantly, are they each other's? So maybe that gives us a glimpse into how Magnolia Parks ends, but I'll choose to ignore it for now. So this may be a late summer read. I definitely want to read Happy Place by Emily Henry. This cover is just stunning. Let's read the praise for this book. It's humanly impossible for Emily Henry to write a bad book. Our generation's answer to Nora Ephron, one of my favorite authors. Emily Henry never fails to deliver a breath of fresh air. Emily Henry's books are a gift. Okay, let's see what this book is about. My Happy Place. Harriet and Wen have been the perfect couple since they met in college. They go together like salt and pepper, honey and tea, lobster and rolls. Except now, for reasons they're still not discussing, they don't. They broke up 6 months ago and still haven't told their best friends, which is how they find themselves sharing the longest bedroom at the main cottage that has been their friends group's yearly getaway for the last decade. Their annual respite where for one vibrant blue week they leave behind their daily lives, have a copious amounts of cheese, wine, and seafood, and soak up on the salty coastal air with the people who understand them the most. Only this year, Harriet and Wen are lying through their teeth while trying not to notice how desperately they still want each other. Because the cottage is for sale and this is the last week they'll all have together in this place, they can't stand to break their friend's heart, and so they'll play their parts. Harriet will be the driven surgical resident who never starts a fight, and Wen will be the laid-back charmer who never lets the cracks show. It's a flawless plan. After years of being in love, how hard can it be to fake it for 1 week in front of those who know you best? A couple who broke up months ago make a pact to pretend to still be together for their annual week-long vacation with their best friends. I didn't expect the book to be about that, really, but it does look like something that would be fun to read during the summer. I feel like this is definitely more of a fall winter time read, but I want to revisit my favorite book as a teenager, 20-something. I have my copy of Gabriel Garcia Marquez's 100 Years of Solitude, the English version. Now, I'm not quite sure why I would put a green cover on this, but I did. Don't even know what the cover looks like. I feel like the newer cover looks beautiful. I don't think I highlighted, oh, well, I did highlight a few things, but this book is so old, the highlight has worn off. So this tells the story of the rise and fall, birth and death of a mythical town called Macondo through the history of the Buendia family. Inventive, amusing, magnetic, sad, alive with unforgettable men and women, and with a truth and understanding that strikes the soul, 100 Years of Solitude is a masterpiece of the art of fiction. So I don't know if I'll read it in English or if I will read it in Spanish, but I definitely want to revisit this during summer. Now I have 2 books by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have One True Loves and Daisy Jones and the Six. I feel like probably Daisy Jones and the Six is more like summer appropriate, and One True Loves might be an early fall appropriate book. In essence, I think this is about Daisy is a girl coming of age in LA in the late 60s, sneaking into clubs in the Sunset Strip, sleeping with rock stars and dreaming of singing at the Whiskey A Go-Go. I think I've been there before. Her voice is getting noticed and she has the kind of heedless beauty that makes people do crazy things. So I think this is definitely more summer appropriate, and this might just be fall appropriate, but I'll give it a go nonetheless, just because I love the description of this book, and it definitely sounds like something I am interested in reading, especially since Taylor Jenkins Reid is at least one of my favorite authors currently. So let me know what you'll be reading in the summer. I would definitely love to know. Let me know if you have any summer book recs in the comments down below. I'd love to know. Perhaps I could add some to my TBR. That is all I have for you all today. I hope to make more book related content in the future, so if you love book related videos, I'd love to hear some video suggestions as well, so do make sure to leave those down below. Thank you all for spending some time with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Thinking about cutting my hair short, but it looks really pretty long. What do you guys think? All I have for you all to know,